All right, y'all. What do you say? What do you say? Welcome back. Well, we know that for now, everyone understands that Colorado is now a part of the Big 12, signed, sealed, and delivered. I did a YouTube short that shows you the board meeting that they were having yesterday and voting to approve the Colorado University to join the Big 12. Today, everyone is scrambling to the back offices, coming together in different forms, different groups meeting to see what's next. Now, we all been anticipating this fold because we've seen the delays, we've seen the missed opportunities, we've seen a lot of things that were transpiring with the leadership of the Pac-12. And eventually, too much pressure, and then, the pipe breaks. And in this case, clearly, what is the purpose, right? Now, it's understood that there are options still available for the remaining members inside of the Pac-12, okay? Here's the facts of the matter, okay? The time that has been given to solidify a TV deal has come and gone. So that leaves not only uncertainty at the other side of the tunnel, but also you factor in the new football season and basketball season coming up. There's no TV deal that everyone could focus on. So it creates a frenzy of instability. With this instability, you have the commissioner who also have another hurdle that just have been inherent or embedded into the TV deal negotiation. When you have a member leaving a conference, right, that is a renegotiation. For an example, there was UCLA and USC that was a part of the Pac-12 prior to media negotiations. Okay? Now, in a normal TV negotiation, the Pac-12 possibly could have gotten with UCLA and USC that number that was asked. But we know that USC and UCLA left. So you can get rid of, you can take away that those two markets and deduct that from the total, right? So once you do that, then you have the rest. So that's 10 members left and the value that they bring, right? Now, due to the circumstances of bad TV negotiating and making the right moves and calculating, there was a key point that Brett Yormark mentioned inside of an interview that he did. He mentioned that if he hadn't went to the market early and gotten a deal done within a 90-day time period, he wouldn't have been able to make all those additional moves that he made, like Big 12 Mexico and Big 12 Rutgers and all the other things that he had planned. Inadvertently, on the other hand, the Pac-12 commissioner decided to use that time that he had chasing behind, trying and spending crucial and vital time trying to keep UCLA in the conference. That time that it took to keep UCLA in the conference could have been time took to do what? To look into adding more schools to replace them immediately. But all that time went, and then once UCLA got approved to leave, okay, now you have 10 members, okay? So the pitch that you initially was giving out was with all 12 members. And then they were rebuttaling the pitch like, no, it's not valued that much now because for a number of reasons. UCLA and USC is gone. So therefore, the value has decreased tremendously. Now you have the Colorado market, which is in the top 30 TV markets in the country. They just left. So there's another big chunk of the TV market that has left the Pac-12 to go to another conference. So that even makes the deal even lesser. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not valued at about 16, 17, 18 million, which I believe. Now, why am I mentioning all of that for the remaining members of the conference? The reason why is because you have right now Oregon and Washington, right, which draw in numbers that are fairly reasonable, okay? The issue is none of these current members that are left in the Pac-12 can afford a TV payout of 18 to 20 million, period. They just can't do it. So there's only two options that is available for those members, the ones that are left. Actually, there's three. The first is going to a super loaded, top heavy Big Ten commissioner who has already have the members that they want, and their eyes are focused on Notre Dame and a couple of ACC schools. I don't believe they have room for any more West schools. And in fact, it was just an exception to add UCLA and USC for the simple fact that they have a large market, top 10 market in the country. And with that, you know, you make some room for them. But geographically, it doesn't really make sense. So what makes the Big 12 a good fit for Pac-12 members, and that was one of the reasons why there was a mention to merge the two, is because of location geographically. Yes, the Big 12 is closer than the Big 10 technically schools. It is closer technically. So that helps in itself. Also, the Big 12 have slots open. At least three more slots left open for members from the Big 12, from the Pac-12. 3 slots open, okay? And let's look at these schools, Oregon and Washington, and their situation. If they stay par at the Pac-12, they will lose out. They have to make a move. And now is the time. They have to go to either the Big 10 or the Big 12. And they have to understand that if you don't make the move, you're subject to go independent, and we already know what that brings, as well as rerouting to the Mountain West. I know they don't want to go there. There's some schools that don't mind playing in the Mountain West in the Pac-12. There's schools there that right now could care less about about football, about sports in general. Those are the schools that are going to stay put. They may continue to wear the brand of the Pac-12, but all the athletic performing school brands in the Pac-12, technically they only have one option. The ACC is too far. That's way on the East Coast. The Big Ten is predominantly Northeast, and you have the Big 12, okay? The SEC is on the other side of the Big 12, okay? So none of those, and they're loaded. So the Big 12 is the only conference that have slots open, and there's 3 of them. Now, if you had your chance to pick which 3, you would analyze which 3 would best fit, and you would go with that, okay? Because the new number is 16, okay? And I believe the next go round, you may see 18 to 20. But at this point, now's the time for members that are currently there in the Pac-12 to make their decision. You have 9 teams left, but there's only room for 3. Now, which 3 do you believe should go? Now, we already know who's coming next. There's no doubt Arizona is definitely coming to the Big 12. Y'all might as well get ready for it. I said it here first. I've said it on previous videos. Arizona is already did the pre-work, the preparation to go ahead and move to the Big 12. It was just a matter of seeing the numbers, but we already know what the numbers are estimated to be, lower than what they were before. So let's say if the Pac-12 commissioner came to the members with a number before Colorado left, everybody already know that number is lower. So now that the numbers are in, okay, the numbers are in, the estimated numbers are in, you're going to see Arizona leave, and then I believe Oregon and Washington. Now, remember, about 3 weeks ago, I made a video that said the Big 12 commissioner has his eyes set on 6 teams, okay? We know about the 4 corner schools and then the additional Oregon and Washington. Those are the 6 teams, okay? So with that being said, if Oregon and Washington want to make a stance before they get left out and put in a situation of independency, now is the time. Now, we heard from Utah, okay? Utah said they didn't want to come to the Big 12. But the question is they reconsidering? Because it's a good chance that the Big 12 would go ahead and get Washington and Oregon over Utah if they decide they want to stay. But here's the thing. Here's the question. Do y'all see what's going on? Do you see what the commissioner of the Big 12 is doing? He already kind of got the Mountain West or the Mountain time zone. He's getting that. He already got Colorado and he have BYU. Think about that. So all of those schools over there, Washington, Oregon, Utah, it makes sense. You have traveling partners. You have schools to play against in that pod. If it goes to pods, then you have that available there because there's already 2 schools that's in the Mountain time zone, Colorado and BYU. There's nothing to add a Utah and then Arizona. Hey, so as I said before, Arizona, it will be the next school that you hear joining the Big 12, and if not, which would be kind of like a surprise to all of us, Oregon and Washington joining, and it's a good chance that the Pac-12 would end up becoming a Autonomy 5 conference if they don't dissolve completely, with schools going independent or going to the Mountain West. Thank you all for listening. If you like the video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Keep the thumbs up. And till next time, thank you all for watching Global News. Have a great day.